Baby. Indiana, what you talking about? This game was pivotal, okay? You understand me? They could take a 3-1 advantage. We already know who's playing. Let's get to it. We know who's playing. Let's get to it. Right out of the gate. Right out of the gate. Here come the Thunder. Lou Dort, straight to the cup. Good lay. Good lay immediately. Immediately to the action. Immediately. Caruso was clutch for them. Chet got to come out stronger. I have a lot of notes on Chet. I have a lot of notes on Chet Holmgren, and then some of them ain't good, man. He didn't listen. They did enough to get this win, but Chet Holmgren. We'll talk later. Okay, 4-0 quickly. Siakam. Good response. Good response. Siakam's been having a good run, man. Siakam's been having a good run. 4-3. Guess who? Good find. Good find. Okay. Swing it. Neesmith. Pacers can shoot. The Pacers can shoot. You got to be careful. They're at home too. You see the crowd. All right. Here we go, man. Good finish. Good finish from Siakam. That boy trying to get his second ring. Trying to get his second ring. Not going to be easy, though. Not going to be easy. So here we go. Halliburton. I was really impressed with Halliburton. The whole story has been, right? Halliburton doesn't get out to a hot start. Halliburton is not one. He's for some reason why he don't turn it on into the fourth quarter. I think he heard you. All right, line him up, knock him down. Here we go. His foot was on the logo. I know you saw that in his new shoes too. Come on, man. Come on, let's go. So here we go quickly, 13-8. This game felt totally different than any of the other games, bro. Indiana had control. Look at Chet. Oh, look at your boy. KM Tay, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you so much. Welcome in, welcome to Sub-Zero Gang. Listen, Indiana jumped out quick. Turner. Lucky bounce, shooter's touch, 15-12. Like I was saying, man, this game, it had a different feel to it. Normally, it's Indiana who's trailing, but they came out. They came out firing, bro. They came out punching. But this is not a sprint race. We know this. These things are a marathon. Here we go. Corner ball. I told you they can shoot. Huh? You hear what he just said? 4 threes. Come on, man. Gotta play some defense. 20-12 early. You see what I'm saying? Caruso's tough. I wanted him to do the Selly. Listen, you know who he learned that from? Come on, man. These right there. All right, man. 2015 in the first quarter. Good pocket pass. Obi. I like the way Obi played in this game. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I like the way Obi played in this game. I really did. Halliburton doing what he does best, facilitating, finding guess who? Obi Toppin. Finding that boy Obi Toppin. J. Will had a good game too, man. Tough bucket right here off glass with the right hand. He didn't quit. 24-17. You see how the score just jumped? Hold on. You see how I just said 24-17 and now we look down at the score, it's 27-24? Okay, now you understand what I'm saying. This Thunder team is legit. Okay, it happens that fast in the blink of an eye. I talked about Shai having 30 before you can even realize it's 30. Let's continue. Here we go, man. Effort. It's all about effort. Okay? 1 point game. McConnell plays with so much effort, bro. Siakam, he knows how big this moment is. Caruso, gotta play defense. Good pass, good ball fake. 1, 2, left hand. So proud of Caruso. Come on, man. We got a ball game on our hands. Wiggins was hot in game 3. Was nowhere to be found tonight. But guess who? I wanted him to throw these down crazy. He laid it up, though. Really good defense. Picked his pocket clean. Halliburton, you got to get back on defense. It wasn't a foul. He just ripped you. Come on, man. Indiana was able to sustain this lead, though. Indiana at home is dangerous. So is that man right there. He gave him a spark. Bro. He definitely gave him a spark. 38-24. Woo, bag work. Be careful. Be careful. That man get to a spot. You got to be careful. He will spark you. He will spark you. Good block. Good block. Pacers played with a lot of intensity tonight. They knew what was at stake. Offensive rebound. Line them up. Line them up. Knock them down. What have I been telling y'all? Got to play some defense. These niggas can shoot. They can shoot. Bag work. Bag work. It's only so much you can do about that. It's a quiet 30, okay? It's a quiet 30. Here we go. Good pocket. One more. Caruso, right on time. OKC takes the lead. 1 point lead. McConnell, super shifty. Looked like he might have traveled, but he gets the bucket. Okay, this is at this point in the game. At this point in the game, they started trading the lead, going tit for tat. We had a good game, man. We had a really good game on our hands, okay? 44-45. Good block, Chetty. Needed to see a little bit more from that from you, but it's okay. Casey Wallace had a horrible game. Anyway, good find. Casey Wallace actually had a horrible game tonight. But anyway. Oh, these are bad turnovers. And it's a constant theme. This is when stuff... Okay, right here. This is when the game started to get sticky. At this point in the game, this was a call that I felt like really changed the dynamic of the game, okay? Because from this point on, understand me, from this point on, I felt like I was seeing the ref blow the whistle every other play, bro. It was like every play was going to the review. Every play was a whistle. It was like every non-call, and then they were missing calls, and then it was just like too much of the referee during the finals, bro. I just want to see him play. Okay, I just want to see him play. But I did think they needed to, you know what I'm saying, set the bar quick, but then get out of there, you know what I'm saying? Let him hoop. Anyway, man, Caruso back at it again. In a close game. Okay? Things are starting to get chippy. You understand? This is why I say it. Set the tone, but then step back. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was a flagrant, but I feel like they were going to call this. They were going to call this just because Hartenstein, this is excessive. They should have called a tech on him. Should have jawed him. Right then and there. Okay, anyway, we get back to the action. Jay Will, you see what I'm saying? The intensity's picking up. They're not playing around anymore. All right? It's body checks and elbows for the rest of the game. Corner ball. You see what I mean? The refs, they're not calling fouls because they just called a flagrant. Anyway, let's continue with the game, bro. You see the score now, 53-48. Even though the Pacers look good, the Thunder did not quit, boy. The Thunder did not quit. Halliburton right back, finding Neesmith. Ah! I told you, man. Obi was on one. Obi was on one. Okay. Siakam, post game, bag work. Got to be careful. He has a ring. Come on, man. 55-55. This lay was so nasty. All right. If I was Halliburton, I'd probably have like 2, 3, 4 photographers there just to wait for me to do some shit like this. Oh my gosh. Let's run it back at least one time. Come on, man. This was nice. Okay, we get the bag work from Siakam. But Halliburton, once again, he started early. He started early. Left, right, left, off glass. Ooh, that was nice. That was nice. Come on, man. But here we go. The Thunder defense tough. Halliburton tougher. All of these in the first half. Okay, we see the back and forth. He talking to his pops. I told him, I said when Halliburton start emoting, and I think these are only first half highlights. When he start emoting, that man is dangerous, bro. He is dangerous to guard. Okay, at halftime, 60-57. 60-57. Okay, now we're starting to get the picture. This was a good game. Let's see if we get the rest of the highlights. Let's see if we get the rest of the highlights. If not, we break the game down. If not, we break the game down. Man, really, really, really good game. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Started the second half, 62-57. Jay Will. Blocking foul, counted and one. Every other play, it was a ref decision. 62-62 though. Nembhard, he's had a good series. He's had a really good series. He's had a really good series. Made himself a lot of money in these playoffs. Okay. This right here. This was happening all game, baby. All right. It wasn't just 1 and 2 plays. Now Chet did end up having a decent game. Don't get me wrong. And I think he even had a little ankle injury or something like that. But these right here was happening way too often for my liking. Turner, bag work. Swing, swing. Turner's feeling it. So is Siakam. It's a constant theme. Got to play some defense. Shai looked tired all game. Exactly. But that don't matter. Get to a spot, knock him down. Still a close game, 2-point game. 4 minutes in the third, 74-72. Obi topping. When you let him start dunking, then he start hitting the threes. The Thunder were in trouble at this point. Okay? Because it wasn't 1, it was 2. Don't let them catch fire. They're at home. It's gonna get dangerous. All right, now we see 7-point lead. At this point, I'm talking. I'm like, okay, Halliburton going crazy. The Thunder, they got a 10+ point lead. It might, or Indiana got a 10+ point lead. It might be over. Way too soon. I spoke way too soon. But Obi Toppin, oh my goodness. I told you, I like Obi Toppin in this game. He played well. He played well. Free throws were an issue. Free throws were an issue for both teams, okay? Way too many missed free throws. Game really hung in the balance. And we'll see what it comes down to at the end of the game, man. But this was a big deal. Yeah, Obi was hooping. Obi was hooping, baby. One of them Dayton Flyers too. 87-80 in the fourth. Chetty. Ooh. Be careful. Be careful. Caruso, walk him down. Walk him down. Look like somebody else I might know. Caught him the ultimate Swiss Army knife. Exactly. Ah, you gotta catch those. Gotta catch those. Obi. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to see a windmill. I wanted to see something crazy. I wanted to see him throw his elbow on the rim, but that'll do. That'll do. It's only a 3-point game though. Only a 3-point game though. Ah, that's why I said Chet. You know what I'm saying? Chet picked it up. Chet picked it up. I'll give it to him. But there were so many moments that I think he can watch. He can go back to watch this tape. And there's gonna be moments that he's gonna want to improve. But Chet, he picked it up. Tie ball game. 7 minutes. 8 minutes. Halliburton. High off glass. High off glass. Halliburton actually had a good game today. I'll give him that. Okay, but Jay Will, bag work. Woo! Bag work, lefty. Lefty. It's close, 91 up, 91 all. Oh, this is a mismatch. This is a mismatch. Fade away. That's pretty. That's pretty. Pay that, man. Those Hallie lays were so tough. Oh my goodness, talk about it. 2-point lead for Indiana at home. Jay Will. I think Jay Will had 25, something like that in this one. He went to work. He went to work. Tie ball game, and it's high off glass every time. He practices that shot. You can tell. He practices those. You can absolutely tell. And then this is where the rebounds. This is when rebounding really started to show. Second chance points are critical. Okay. I don't want to hear people talk down on Halle bin Laden. Look at him. Look at him. I told you when he start emoting, he get in this groove. So did this man right here. Bing, bing. Bing, bing. Even when he was tired, Shai was gassed all game. Good block. Good block, Chetty. Good block, Chetty. 1-point game. Coming down to the final 2.5. This is when you get your ball. You get the ball to the best player. Let him go to work. Welcome down, Shai. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. We've discussed this before, and I don't want to press the issue, okay? But I do want to say somebody told you so, and it wasn't me. It was actually my man's U-Haul. We'll get to that later, but don't that look like somebody that we've seen before? Like I said, don't believe me, just watch the tape, man. Shai was unconscious. All right, this is how you finish a game. All right, let's go. 1-point game. 2 minutes. Now we see with a real grit come in. All right. I thought that was a good block. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought that was a good block. Could just be me. Told you, free throws very important in this game. 2-point game, 2 minutes. All right, here we go. Get it to the MVP. Get it to the MVP. Get to the spot. Spin. Damn, that looked familiar. Come on, man. Different animal, but same beast. Different animal, same beast. And then we saw what's been happening all season. We saw it at the end of the game, man. It came down to it. Turner, sidestep. Does he have it? Hell no. At this point, it was gonna come down to the free throws, man. You know how the Thunder get with the free throws, man. Too many mistakes. This is a foul that gives them a free throw and the ball back. Man, you can't do that. Carlisle was pissed. I would be too. I would be too. I'm not gonna lie. I would absolutely be too. You know he's not gonna miss those, man. That's in his wheelhouse. This right here gave me hope, though. Oh, that's a dangerous play. Oh my gosh. Pop right back up, though. It's a constant theme in these games, man. Free throws, you gotta hit them. He didn't miss one. Here we go, final 20 seconds. It's only a 4-point game. Anything can happen. You know who they got on their team on the other side, man. Halliburton is dangerous, but costly fouls, man. Costly fouls. And ultimately, man, this game would be decided at the free throw line. The game would end up being 111 to 104, man. Indiana loses the second game at home. Okay? Indiana loses the second game at home. And me personally, I was surprised, man. I was, yeah, man. Yeah, Tank. They pulled up the upset. Series tied 2-2, going back to OKC. We're having different discussions about this game now, okay? Okay? Let me talk to you. The things that we're gonna have to talk about because what we were saying before, oh yeah. There's never been any team except for the Cavs that's come down from 3-1. Nobody's done it before. It probably won't happen again. I didn't think it was gonna happen again. And it looked like the Pacers had this one in the bag. All game. The game felt different, bro. They weren't down by 20 going through the game. They weren't down by 15 scrambling back, trying to shoot threes. They had control of the game. This is why I said this is a series that I can't put my finger on, bro. I can't call it. I don't know what to expect. The Thunder pull out a gritty win, and we're going to break down these numbers. We're absolutely going to break down these numbers, but before we do that, man, we have to bring in our expert, okay? We have to bring in our expert. U-Haul. U-Haul, please tell me you are on this line, brother. U-Haul, talk to me.
Come on, man. You know where I'm at.
Come on, man. Game 4, NBA Finals. Thunder will have to get their role players going sooner. I definitely agree. There was a lot of people that were MIA in this game. Matter of fact, ironically, one of them's right here. Okay. I liken this to the 2K boost. My man took a 2K boost last game, but the shit wore off. Okay, completely missing in action today. All right. But anyway, man, U-Haul. First of all, thank you so much for joining the show, man. G3SN is so grateful to have an expert like yourself. Please, man, tell the people what we saw in this game 4, man. It was such a back and forth game, but obviously we end up in a 2-2 series, man. Please give us your insight, man.
This game, I think I said in the chat earlier, this game is very reminiscent of game 1. Only difference is the roles were flipped.
Just flip them around.
It was a tight game. Yeah, a tight game the entire time. I figured, and I might have mentioned it last stream, but I figured that they were going to split this series. I couldn't see OKC losing again, but this game was tight the entire time. This game was tight. I know I was screaming in the chat like, "Hey, run a play!"
Oh yeah.
but it was interesting to see how OKC was able to make the adjustments, or the players were able to step. I think the players stepped up more than the coach did anything, to be honest with you. But
absolutely,
I mean, they pulled a gritty win out. You know, I mean, we've seen OKC all season blow teams out. What were they going to do against a team when it's time to kind of go through those adversity periods, and
With
they showed, man. They showed they pulled this one off.
the backs were against the wall, man, and it had got to a point where I had even said out loud, I was like, man, I really feel like OKC is just getting out coached right now, right? Their main player, SGA, had honestly he had a typical performance, but it just looked like he didn't have his legs under him today, right? The shots weren't falling.
Yeah.
If we look at the numbers, man, let's look at the Thunder's shooting performance tonight, man. More in particular, I want to look at the 3-point field goal attempts to makes. I hope we can see this number right here. This is 3 for 17. I kept saying this all game. I said, damn, they are not shooting the ball like they normally do, but they only down by 3. This is actually not good for Indiana. The game was so close, even after such a poor shooting performance. And right out of the gate, like you had mentioned, man, it seemed like there was an agenda to get to the cup, right? First play of the game, we see Lou Dort immediately. It was damn near a rim run right to the cup. We saw that happen over and over and over again. And it ended up paying off, man. It ended up paying off. I thought the Thunder got out coached, but maybe they were just playing the long game. Maybe they were playing the long game. It was surprising to me, honestly, to see Indiana drop this game. I didn't see that coming, man. I honestly didn't see that coming. So let me ask you, U-Haul. What stood out to you in this game, man? How do you how did the Thunder pull this one out of the bag? You know, I feel like a lot of people at home watching. I mean, Tank, you said it, bro. No way, bro. I'm pretty sure you probably turned the game off at a certain point when you felt like there was a 10-point lead. They're at home. They're rolling. They got Halliburton scoring in the first half. He flexing in front of his pops. Sad to say, pops walked. He went home sad tonight. U-Haul, break this down for us. What did you see, man?
So watching the game, well, I want to bring up the numbers real quick because you got it on the screen.
Please do.
If you look at the assists, rebounds, blocks, steals, so on his personal fouls, technical fouls, literally, it almost is like they broke even. It wasn't too much to show one side or the other. The assists were a big factor, and you can see that in the first half. Indiana had 21 assists to
10.
OKC's 11.
10, yep.
So many more people are getting involved. Ali, I think at the beginning of the game, he only had a certain amount of points, not a lot, but he had like 8 assists in the first half. You know what I mean? So he was getting everybody touches. And then OKC was also missing a lot of threes. They shot 18% to
it's pitiful.
Pacers 30. Yeah. So it was a huge difference, but field goal percentage, 47 to 43, and then free throws kept OKC in this game, and then ultimately they won because
free throws were killer.
Shooting damn near 90%. Yeah, a team shooting damn near 90%, and I remember like towards the end of the game, it said both teams were in the bonuses, and I had texted in the chat. I'm like, yeah, the game's about to swing to OKC's favor because that's what they do. You know what I mean? You give them the opportunity to get on the line, they're not missing those. And we saw it down the stretch. You know what I mean? They're going to give it to what they call him the free throw merchant.
Absolutely.
But he's going to get to the line every time.
He's going to get him.
He's going to get to the line every single time. Yeah.
He absolutely is going to get him.
But that was, I mean, it was a really good game to see how it was orchestrated. I think this game, like I said earlier, was orchestrated more on the players than the coach because I flat out believe Rick Carlisle coached way better than OKC's coach. I don't know.
He coached his ass off. He did.
Yeah, I think he coached. I think the only difference is the players in this one. You know what I mean? But OKC's coach does not call plays at all. It's high pick and roll to ISO every time. High pick and roll to ISO. But sometimes during the stretch, especially when OKC was starting to lose grip of the game a little bit, you got to call a play, man. You got to call a play. Shai, I think somebody in the chat said it, like, Shai was getting tired. And this was the first time I seen Shai, like, yo, listen, he looks exhausted. But something to combat that is you got to run plays, man. You got to run plays to get a look, plays to exploit the way the defense looks, and so on and so forth. That also gives certain people rest. But playing 35-plus minutes, and your responsibility is not only to be a two-way player, guard on defense, but you have to play ISO ball the entire time. Like, you're going to get tired. You're going
Oh
to get
yeah,
tired, man. You got to call plays, bro. You got to call plays.
we could see it.
But
We could see it. We could see it on the floor, man. I said this all game. I said even from the beginning of the game, man. I think game 3 took a toll on this Thunder team, man. It didn't look like they had their legs under them when they were shooting. The shots were flat. Everything was hitting front rim. It was either front rim or they were overcompensating and hitting the back of the rim, bro. Another thing, and so we got Hallie needs to drop 25 plus for the rest of the series for them to have a real chance for me. He gets exposed on defense, and when they switch, you can't continue to hide him on defense. I 100% agree. Now we know Halliburton is not. Let's be honest. His bag was never that of be this overly powerful scorer. He can do it. He can do it, but I feel like his strengths are facilitating for his team. But I do think he's a star player, and I think he has the best chance. We've seen it, time and time again. He's hitting buzzer beaters, fourth quarter shots. In the fourth quarter, Halliburton becomes a totally different player. It's the same thing with his voice. I don't know how he switches it, but he does. It just happens. It's just something that's I don't know what happens there, but it just does. But speaking of him being a facilitator, man, there was something that I noticed that changed for Indiana in the second half of this game. And I pointed it out, man. Pascal Siakam was hooping in this first half. Okay, 10 points in the first, 4 points in the second quarter, and then comes out in the third quarter with 6 points. In the fourth quarter, when the game mattered, when the game was close, when Indiana could not figure out how to score the basketball, Pascal Siakam has 0 points. That's an issue for me. I don't see anybody on this Thunder team matchup-wise that has been able to stop Siakam this whole series. He's been able to really get whatever he wants. What I saw in the fourth quarter was a lot of pass handoffs around the three-point line, and then at the end of the shot clock, it's Miles Turner trying to hit a step-back three at the top of the key. That's not what we want. That's not what you want to see. Okay? Just to your point about OKC, I would almost say the same thing about Indiana. Where were the plays being ran? What was being called to try to keep your team in this game? You know what I'm saying? To sustain the lead that you actually had throughout the game. This is different. This is fresh air for y'all. Y'all can finally breathe. Yeah. Y'all brought out all the legends. You got Reggie Miller, courtside for the second time wearing this throwback jersey, which we'll actually touch on that a little bit as well, because I have a take about this Reggie Miller thing on the sideline. But also you got all the legends out. It's a photo shoot. You got your pops dressed in all yellow with his beads on. You flexing to him. You doing all these different things. But in the fourth quarter, when we know you're supposed to be the fourth quarter king, the fourth quarter god, the shot clock cheese man, it wasn't there today. It wasn't there today, and I feel like more than OKC winning this game, this was Indiana blowing this game. Okay, because this is a poor shooting performance from OKC, right? Indiana has full control of this game. They have all the momentum in the back of OKC's mind. I know for a fact they're thinking 3-1 is right around the corner. Only one team has ever come back from 3-1. This is where you start to go, we got to take advantage. When you see the man down on the ground, it's not time to be nice. Okay? They had to pull the trigger, man. I feel like they missed. And this was a bad game from OKC. We talked about the shooting percentages. We talked about the others or lack thereof in this game. And Pacers still couldn't pull it out. I'm actually surprised, man. I'm so surprised that the game went this way, and it only went this way to me in the end of the third and the fourth quarter, man. The Thunder, honestly, this was an upset, man. I really felt like this game was Indiana's for the taking. It looked like everything was adding up for it to be that way, and we see a different result, man. We see why someone was crowned the MVP of this league, man. He absolutely looked like it, even though he was tired. You can tell. But he came through in the fourth quarter. As I want to actually look at those numbers. In the fourth quarter, man, you get 15 from your MVP. I mean, we can talk a lot of shit on this show, but what we're not going to do is disregard these numbers, okay? They speak for themselves. Now, U-Haul, I know we had a certain topic that we wanted to talk about, and it was something about one of the GOATs, okay? Tell me where you were going with this one. Come on now, man. I want to hear where you're going with this. Siakam is the same as Shai. He shoulders the low for them, 1A and 1B. But if he's 1A, 30-plus minutes, where's his help? Absolutely. He needed help, and honestly, I got to put some of that on Siakam too. 0 points in the fourth quarter is unacceptable, man. But U-Haul, please talk to me about this. Please talk to me about this take, man. I want to hear what you got to say.